Good morning, folks. Sean Citizen here from the loony bin called Ireland, biggest lunatic asylum in the world. I just wake up today to have a look at the papers, and I see the government have announced a grandiose new anti-racism program, which will run for 4 years. It seems to be a very vague business. It suggests that they will tackle landlords and people who might be racist about letting their properties, and it will tackle other areas, maybe in politics, where a lot of coloured people might want to get into the gravy train game and become very wealthy politicians, and they are to get a quota of seats with Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, Sinn Féin, the whole lot. So the politicians are supposed to now recruit proportionally coloured people to their parties and push them forward for elections. Actually, I don't have any problem with that because, my God, they couldn't do a worse job than the gang that's here at the moment, I'm sure. But I doubt that it's going to happen because there are so many hoops and hurdles to get through for an ordinary person just to become even a councillor, let alone a TD. You have no hope unless you're part of a big party. It's unbelievable. So there's nothing going to change there. They might bring forward a few coloured faces as a kind of a gesture in the next election to we might see a few people outside the very norm, whiteys that have ruled our country and our people for years. As for the discrimination in housing, I don't think they need worry about that because the odd house that comes up on the market to rent or whatever, the landlord just puts an ad in Daft or somewhere, and he suggests that people contact him by email with their resume of their background, their employment status, and references and things like that. So when that happens, he gets quickly an idea of the 95% who have no background status, who are on half payments, and who basically he doesn't want, and he doesn't even respond to the inquiry. So, in fact, the quality, if you like, tenants who are both working and Irish, born and bred, have left the rental market completely anyway. As I said before in a previous video, they have just gone back with their parents. They're not paying 2,000 euros a month in after-tax income to any landlord. So I don't think there's any worries about discrimination against coloured people in the area of rentals either. So the whole lot is just a lot of baloney, another campaign, another publicity stunt. And as for the police profiling people of colour, um, like they do in America, where 90% of the drug trade is controlled by, I think, blacks in the big cities. I don't think that's going to happen here for a long time because with all these Kinahan gangs killing each other and in very big control of the trade, it will be a long time before we see, I think, before we see the big business moving into the hands of any of our new guests from wherever, north, south, east, west Africa. So the whole lot's a load of codswallop and just baloney and rubbish and absolute nonsense. So anyway, it goes on and on. Roderick O'Gorman will be there at the forefront now. He'll be there announcing what great plans he has. Meanwhile, the planes will still be landing at Dublin Airport every day, full of people with no papers, and they will be put into reservations. They will be put into tents now. I think from now on it'll be tent cities around the country, mostly male young, fertile, testosterone charged males will be in every town and city around the country. And if this procedure and if this policy is not inflaming ordinary, decent citizens here and attempting and provoking racism, provoking protests, I don't think anything will, because it will come to a point where no young girl will be able to walk outside her house in any village, town, or city in the country, particularly at night. Um, Even the number of assaults now in taxis, which has been well documented in the courts by taxi drivers, who are many of whom are many new guys from abroad I see recently are clamoring for free licenses and have their insurance paid. That's about 10,000 a year, so that's keeping a lot of them out of the business. And the cost of a new car, a good car, quality car, is keeping them out too. So it's going to be difficult for them to get into driving taxis. Maybe that is a God-given great thing for the ordinary girls who might be coming home late at night on their own, given the fact that in the last 2 months the Irish courts have been filled with assault cases, and many of these aliens have gone to jail. So anyway, maybe I'll be charged with something for saying all this, but I mean it's breaking through into the media now, and you'll get the mainstream media now saying what a great plan this is and all this, but the whole plan is a load of codswallop. Good luck from the lunatic asylum.